In this video, I want to go over the recent investigation by Congress into the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem's detainment of U.S. civilians in ICE raids. In an email to Kristi Noem, members of Congress Richard Blumenthal and Robert Garcia informed the Secretary that she is under investigation for the wrongful detainment of 170 U.S. citizens, and that number is considered in the email to be, quote, at best a gross undercount, end quote. It's also stated that racial profiling, particularly Latinos, has been well documented in Los Angeles. The letter goes on to criticize civil treatment and states a few civilians as examples. George Reitz, a U.S. citizen and Army veteran who grew up in Southern California and served in Iraq, was held for 3 days without being permitted to make a phone call or see an attorney. Andrea Velez, another U.S. citizen, was detained in downtown Los Angeles and held in ICE custody for 2 days and deprived of water for 24 hours. Leo Venegas, a U.S. citizen and construction worker in Alabama, has been detained by ICE agents twice in the workplace, despite having his real ID, which is an identity card available only to U.S. citizens and legal residents. Maria Greeley, a U.S. citizen born in Illinois, was reportedly detained by ICE in Chicago for hours, but despite having her passport, agents did not believe it was authentic because they determined that Greeley, who is a Latina, did not, quote, look like someone with the last name Greeley. Not only has ICE been detaining citizens with identification already on them, but they are depriving people of water and phone calls, which leads me to believe that if someone needed medicine, they wouldn't be able to get it. What's not mentioned in this email are the 317 South Korean Hyundai battery plant workers who were detained by ICE in Georgia and endured sleeping on moldy mattresses under cold air conditioning in crowded pods packed with up to 80 people, and toilets separated from dining areas only by low barriers and curtains. Clearly, this and food and water deprivation should be considered torture under international law, and torture of any individual, including non-U.S. citizens, is covered by 18 U.S. Code Section 2348. This law prohibits U.S. nationals from committing torture outside the U.S. and makes it a crime to torture any person within the U.S. jurisdiction. So what I'm curious about is, why is this investigation happening now and not sooner? And how deep will they investigate? And why are they only bringing up U.S. citizens? So if this upsets you, I want to let you know that we, the people, can contact Congress and investigate anything. And civilians have the right to correspond with their elected officials for this purpose.